Hello and welcome to another edition of Lab Rats, Fabulous Lab Rats. I am Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And today on the show, I am proud to say, I am very excited about this because we're going to be featuring Apple technology.
And you're actually kind of excited about it, aren't you?
I actually am.
And you've gotten a bit of negative feedback from people that hate your Apple-hating ways. Are we going to turn you around this time around?
Maybe. The people that have the I Love Steve Jobs tattooed on their posterior, well, they and I don't get along generally. But I am, despite all appearances, mostly do like the Apple technology. I just don't like the people who go, Apple's the only way to go, man. It's just the best in the world, and if you have a PC, you're a ding-dong. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, we sort of play up the I'm a Mac, I'm a PC thing on the show sometimes, but, we try to be fair about it, and, just like you don't like those people. Yeah. I don't like the people that's like, Apple, they hate everything about Apple. Nothing they can do is right because I'm a Windows guy and Apple's terrible.
I hear you. All right.
So what are we talking about today? Apple technology. But what, Andy?
The iPhone.
iPhone. Good.
We're a little late off the mark because, of course, it came out in June. A couple.
At the end of June, yeah. We're hitting this at the end of July.
Ish. But that doesn't matter because, only in the U.S. is the iPhone available now, currently. So far. And, of course, many of our Lab Rats fans are in Canada and Sweden and Uganda.
Australia.
Bimini.
Antarctica,
yeah. So, anyway, so that said, we're going to have a quick look at the iPhone. Now, Sean was in Vancouver and I was in Phoenix down with a guy called Ben Freedman who does neophyte.tv. So we had a look at his iPhone, just get a sense of it. When we come back from that, my little interview with Ben, you'll get the skinny on what Sean thinks about it. And
I had a chance to look at it at Vancouver. Leo
had one?
Leo had one and I got it hands-on, but we'll take a look at your thoughts on it first and what Ben has experienced with it.
All right, well,
travels.
Let's take a break and look at this message. And when we come back, the iPhone.
With Andy and Ben.
This is Bongo. He likes bananas. This is a banana peel. It is a slippery hazard. This is Camtasia Studio 4. It is simple to use. Now answer our trivia question. What screen recording software does not swing from trees or make you slip? I'll be back at the end of the show with the answer.
So as Sean said, I am in Phoenix, in Arizona. I'm here with Ben Freedman. You may recognize him from the TV show neophyte.tv. What is Neophyte for those that are neophytes to neophyte?
Neophyte is a technology show for the not-so-geeky.
Right.
It's myself and my partner, Tiffany Young.
Oh, Tiffany Young.
Tiffany Young, the cutie.
She's very
the cutie,
attractive.
much better looking than I am.
Yes.
And basically, we take gadgets every week and we look at them and we rate them out of 10 to see, is it a really good geeky gadget or is it something that's only for geeks and maybe doesn't have as much value for the not-so-geeky among us.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I'm down here in Phoenix actually working on a new DVD with Ben, and if you've seen the Getting Started with Windows Vista DVD, then you've probably seen that. Ben produced that show, and he runs a production company called Rue Productions. But since he does a gadget show, and because I'm in America, because Sean and I are in Toronto.
Canuckland.
Yeah, we don't have the iPhone yet, so we thought we'd have a quick look. I know.
No iPhone?
No iPhone. So
How is life? How does life have any meaning?
It's possible. And now I'm a bit of an Apple cynic. That's the iPhone. Look at this thing.
Oh.
Anyway, so Ben's going to take us through whether the iPhone is thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah.
So what's the skinny? So exactly for the people that don't know, people have been living under a rock for the last year, what exactly is the iPhone?
The iPhone is a new cell phone by Apple. It's Apple's first foray into the cell phone business.
Right.
But it's basically four things. It's a phone.
Yes.
It's an iPod. It's a personal information manager, or PIM, that's like calendar, contacts, email.
A mini computer.
Yeah. And it's a web browser. Has Wi-Fi, can surf the internet on Wi-Fi or over the AT&T slow line. So it's four things.
So it's an MP3 player, it's a phone, it's a PDA-ish thing.
PDA,
and it's an internet web browser. Now,
that's right.
There's nothing new there in terms of, Nokia's had products like that around, BlackBerry's sort of like that as well. So So what's the poop?
It's the Apple design, mystique. I mean, if you take a look at Mac OS, there's nothing quote unquote new there. But people who like Mac OS love how well integrated it is, how it's all works with all the Apple stuff, and it's smooth, and they say it doesn't crash as much or it has no viruses. So same sort of thing. It's the Apple mystique that the phone has. Beautiful touchscreen, beautiful size display.
It's the personal communicator for the Apple cult.
Yeah, and in the same way that iPod has taken a lot more people to Apple who never liked, a lot of Windows users use iPods.
So this is a marketing tool too.
So this is another way that a lot of Windows users might use an Apple product and may help them sell more Apple computers.
Okay, so you don't need a Mac to run this thing. You can you use a Windows Vista or Windows XP?
Windows Vista, Windows XP. In fact, basically what you do need to run this thing is iTunes.
Okay,
So, that's the only way, when you plug this into your computer, it won't pop up like a hard drive or what have you. You have to have iTunes loaded, and iTunes becomes your computer's window to the iPhone.
Right, gotcha.
So all the syncing, contacts, calendars, music, all happens inside of iTunes.
All right, well, let's have a look. Show me, what's the killer feature on this device?
Well, so first of all, if you take a look here, you'll notice there are very few buttons on the device. There's really an on-off button on top and a home button on the front here.
Okay.
So if I press this button here, the screen will pop open with all of its fingerprinty glory.
It's pretty.
Yeah, and then to unlock it, to make sure it wasn't an accident that you press that button, you have to slide your finger here to unlock it.
Oh, cool.
And there is the new interface here. Again, it's all touchscreen.
No keyboard.
No keyboard. Well, it's a virtual keyboard.
Virtual keyboard, okay.
Right, so no real keyboard.
Right.
Let me show you that. If I pop up like a notes page here, you go in here, and to start typing, it'll pop up a virtual keyboard.
Oh, neat.
And what you do is you start clicking on here, and I can't really see too well from the angle, but you can just click around here. See how fast I can type?
Yeah.
If it's garbage, it's okay. So I can type really fast. And it has predictive text, so if you start typing in a word that's in the dictionary, it'll pop up that word, and it'll auto-complete it for you.
Is it good?
I prefer the BlackBerry. You have a BlackBerry.
Yeah, I do.
I like that tactile keys, but at the same time, what you lose in that tactile, you gain in screen real estate, because when you go away from a typing application, the keyboard disappears and you've got the full screen.
I got you.
As opposed to the BlackBerry, where the keyboard's always there, and you have a small screen.
Right. So where are the other cool features of the touchscreen? Because I imagine there's all kinds of different applications for that, is there?
Yeah, there is. For instance, if I go to Photos, again, a very common iPod function is Photos. If I click on Photos here, I can go into a photo album. I bring up a picture of my family. There's my daughter. First of all, the screen knows which way up you're holding it. If I turn this, you'll notice, flips over to the horizontal mode.
So it's got a little Mercury switch inside that figures out the orientation.
Yeah, exactly. And to go
look
from
at
picture
that.
to picture, you just take your finger and you go flip.
Hey, look, it's your attractive wife.
That is my beautiful
She's
wife
beautiful.
there, the fetching Mrs. Freedman. Another thing is the touchscreen is one of the first to have multi-touch. You can touch it with more than one finger at a time. So for instance here, if I want to zoom in on just a couple of people in this picture, I can take two fingers and open them apart.
Oh, look at that.
And it zooms in. And then I can use a
clever.
finger to drag around. And there's me and my one daughter. And I can then take two fingers, squeeze them together, and boom, it will zoom back out
Hey,
again.
this is kind of like, Microsoft has the Microsoft Surface, right? Which is this table that does that. This
That's
is
right. But that table has to sit on the floor and is $10,000.
and doesn't fit in your pocket.
This is $500 US,
And doesn't blue screen.
as you say, fits in your pocket and doesn't blue screen. Although I have had it crash more
Yeah,
than
you
once.
have? Yeah.
It's not crash free. It doesn't crash often. But then my Motorola Q, my old phone, used to crash as well.
Yeah, it uses Windows CE though. That's why.
Yeah, a Windows Mobile or whatever it
Whatever
is.
it's
Yeah,
called.
whatever it is. Yeah. How's your
Yeah,
BlackBerry?
blah.
Probably never crashes.
Rarely does it crash. Although sometimes it craps out. So, these devices will crash no matter who makes them, I suppose.
Definitely.
Hey, even NASA computers crash sometimes. So, other key features. You said it's an iPod. Is it a good iPod?
It's a decent iPod. Here, if I hit the iPod button here, it comes up into iPod mode, and I can pull up different music. For instance, let's say, and it's the first iPod, by the way. I'm going to bring up something here, maybe like Amy Grant. It's the first iPod with a built-in speaker. So if you listen, it's not a very loud speaker, but you do have a little speaker there. Once again, your album art is displayed here.
Right.
And if I flip the
Can you
screen...
squish Amy Grant?
No, you can't squish Amy Grant. But if I do flip the screen here,
Yes.
it goes into this cover flow mode, which people from iTunes will recognize. Look at that.
Oh,
Flipping
Duran
through
Duran.
it.
I love Duran Duran. Oh, that's here.
Uh-oh.
I'm being
Here.
a bit of a...
Let's be a
hog
little
here.
gentle here. We'll
Sorry.
touch that, and I'm
Oh,
not
you
your
have to be
yeah.
gentle with it.
I'm not your wife. You've got to treat me gently. And
I don't have a wife
so
yet.
here's Duran Duran.
yet.
Go ahead and touch a song on there, and it'll start playing that song. Touch it gently.
Gently.
Go ahead.
A reflex.
It's going. Kind of a quiet start.
I love the reflex. I love
Yeah.
Duran. Wow, that's fun.
It is fun. So there's a cover flow just like you would have on iTunes.
So, question for you.
Yeah.
So, do you think that the unphone, un-Wi-Fi version of this will also be the next generation of iPod as well?
Yeah, well, they're talking about, there's rumors, we haven't seen anything concrete, but they're talking about the next iPod, which will have the full touch screen just like this does,
Yeah.
and no click wheel. The click wheel will be part of the touch screen.
Oh, okay. Very good. Cool. I guess we're running out of time, but downsides? What sucks
Downsides.
about it?
Okay,
What
so there are a
what
few
sucks about
issues
it?
that Apple might be able to correct with a firmware upgrade, a software upgrade that you just download to your phone. So you won't have to go buy a new phone if they decide they'll fix these issues.
Yeah.
One is no search. So if you've got 500 contacts in your database and you want to get to Bob Smith, you've got to go with your finger up and down and up and down. Here I can go to my contacts here, and you can take a look. You know, I've got to scroll. There's no way to start typing in Bob
That's goofy.
and have it pop
Like
up.
no spotlight feature.
No spotlight feature, no search.
Because that's the spotlight is, of course, the search function
Right.
on Mac OS 10, right?
There is the Bluetooth on here is very rudimentary right now. Only headset profile. No stereo headphones. No syncing via Bluetooth. No dial-up networking via Bluetooth. The only thing you can do is headset. Single ear. So it's not even stereo, so you can't even listen to your iPod over wireless headphones. That, again, could be fixed with an update.
With an update. And that'll happen probably in the fall of 2007.
Yeah, very rudimentary. Again, no photo editing. The camera, no zoom. There is a 2-megapixel camera
look at
on the
that.
back here.
Right.
Takes pretty good pictures, but you can't zoom, you can't lighten or darken or anything like that.
So lots to fix. It's a
Lots-
1.0 product.
It's a 1.0 product.
Yeah, I understand
exactly.
that. All right. Okay. Anything you really hate about it?
Nothing that I really hate about it. I'm looking forward to. It's a lot of little annoyances, but it's a first-time product. I mean, you know, and what I like about it far outweighs what I hate about it. So I think that once they fix these little annoyances, you know, in version 2.0 of the software, it's going to be a much more polished product.
And your most favoritist feature in the whole wide world?
Probably my favorite feature on here is, and I'll tell you what my wife likes the best.
Yeah.
She didn't want an iPhone.
Right.
She's like, oh, it's too geeky,
So
too
geeky,
gadgety.
yeah.
Then she tried out the Google Maps here on the front, okay, where you basically can just type in a location. I think we have a McDonald's in there right now. And you type in a location and a zip code, and it will instantly tell you where the nearest one is.
Relative to where you are?
Relative to the zip code you
Where
put
the
in.
phone is.
Now, it doesn't know where you are.
Oh, it doesn't know where you are.
No
Okay.
GPS.
No.
No
Not
GPS
yet.
in the phone.
But in good time.
But again, you can go in here, scroll around, zoom in on this so you can find a location like here. Last time I searched, I was up in Flagstaff looking for a McDonald's for my kids.
Cool.
So it'll come up there. And it has also satellite imagery as well, just like Google Earth does. So it's very cool for getting around.
Right.
My wife needed a pedicure. We're in Flagstaff. She typed in pedicure Flagstaff. It popped up like 20 locations. I want an iPhone, she says. And so now my wife has an iPhone too. She loves it.
That's hilarious. Price-wise?
$499 US for the 4 gig, $599 for the 8 gig.
8 gig, right,
Far
of memory,
more
yeah.
the 8 gigs being sold because it's only $100 difference
Right.
for double the memory.
Right.
Then a minimum $60 a month US for the AT&T plan. $60 gets you 450 minutes, unlimited nights and weekends, unlimited data.
Now, they do say that, you know, if you're in Canada and you're watching the show, it won't be available till late fall of 2007, maybe in 2008.
That's right. And you want to be careful because some people have said that they're going to buy it in the States and take it back to Canada.
No can do.
Well, you can do that and be roaming.
Right.
But I have heard, and I haven't confirmed this, that after a couple of months of roaming or the next time a software update comes down, it will detect that you haven't been in the home area and it will lock it down again. It'll turn it off.
Very cool. Okay. And in Europe, apparently, end of 2007, Asia 2008. Apple thinks they're going to sell 1 billion of these things. They might. But anyway, for the full review, check out Neophyte.
Neophyte.tv, I don't know when this will come out, but we do have a full iPhone, half an hour iPhone, pretty much touch on every one of the major features, a review on there. If you just go on our site, go to archives, look for the iPhone, it'll be right there.
iPhone-apalooza on Neophyte.tv.
Neo-Fight.
Neo-Fight.
TV, that's right. Neophyte.tv works too.
We'll put it right here. Yeah, right here. Right. Thanks, Ben, from Neophyte TV.
Hey, great. Good to see you, Andy.
Good to see you, too.
Thanks for coming down.
It's really hot outside.
It is. It's like over 100.
All right. Well, before we get back to the show, another message from our sponsor. Please, Mr. Carruthers.
Starting at just $3.99 a month, web hosting from GoDaddy.com includes 99% uptime, 24/7 support, and free access to Metropolis. The place to install over 30 free applications sure to help you get the most from your hosting plan and website.
Plus,
Did you like that?
yeah, I did. That was very good. That was very good. The good news is that as a LabRaz viewer, you get 10% off if you enter the code BIFF.
Wait,
BIFF.
Biff.
BIFF. BIFF.
Okay.
Into the field, you'll get 10% off any order.
I'm starting to feel a little bit left out here.
Some restrictions apply. See site for details. And get your piece of the internet at godaddy.com. BIFF. We'll work on Sean. We'll work on Sean, I promise. I like these new commercials.
Yeah, they're kind of fun, except for the lack of web codes that have my name in them.
Well, we'll work on that. I'll call Gary at GoDaddy.
Okay.
All right.
Get on this, Gary. Get on this. I'm counting on you.
All right. So, what do you think of the iPhone? And Ben and I, do you think we did it justice?
I think so, for the most part. You covered off most of the important things. I mean, there's a few other things that people have been complaining about. I think Ben covered one of the big ones, I think, the Bluetooth stereo profile.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to cover A2DP, which is Advanced Audio something or other.
I thought it was a robot in Star Wars.
It is a robot in Star Wars, but you know what? A2DP is basically the Bluetooth stereo profile that allows you to listen to audio in high quality stereo from your phone,
Wirelessly.
theoretically, wirelessly over Bluetooth, and that is one of the big things. You've got an iPod, you've got stereo audio, you've got Bluetooth in it. Why this wasn't included is a real huge mystery to me, because theoretically this is the killer. You should be able to listen to your iPod wirelessly through your choice of Bluetooth headphones.
Come on, Apple. Let's go.
Let's have this in. Now, I'm not
Come
100.
on.
Ben said that maybe they can do a flash upgrade to the firmware to fix that. I hope so. I'm not sure that it's that simple. I think it may be a hardware issue, but we shall soon find out. I mean, if they can add that, it will be killer, I think.
I gotta say, I am kind of looking forward to the iPhone when it comes here to Canada. I mean, this design, obviously it's in the US right now.
Yes.
They're saying end of 2007 and, for Canada and Europe, and then sometime in 2008 for Asia, if you're in any of those areas.
You know what's going to kill us here in Canada is the data plan. Now, the nice thing about the States is they've got this thing where you've got your voice plan, and then for $20 extra, as Ben mentioned, you can get the data that's unlimited. So $60 a month total. Here in Canada, to get an unlimited data plan through Rogers, which is the carrier that we think it's going to go through, to get that kind of data transfer, you're going to it's very, very pricey.
I want to say something.
Go ahead.
About data. Last month, I was in Phoenix with Ben, and a couple weeks before that, I was in Seattle, and I used my BlackBerry 8800 on Rogers. I get a bill,
Yeah.
$900 odd. $900.
And this was because you were roaming?
Well, first of all, I was on the wrong plan, and I switched over too late. And second, so they charged me like $1 zillion for the data that I did use, which was like megabytes, right? Megabytes. Number two, it was a roaming, it was a $150 roaming charge for data, which is outrageous.
Yes.
And I threatened to them that no more business with you guys. Now, to their credit, they knocked off a couple hundred, $200, $300 off of that bill. But I'm still looking at a $600 bill. Now there was some phone calls in there and that sort of thing. But oh my God, that's completely unreasonable. And
Yeah,
it was Rogers. Rogers.
This is the thing
Rogers.
is, even in your local area, if you're doing something with the iPhone theoretically, on a Rogers type plan, and I mean, I'm not going to harsh on Rogers too much about this, because
Yeah, you should be, because they're
well, there are problems with Rogers, definitely, but it goes all across the spectrum in Canada. Bell's not much better, TELUS is not much better, and Fido, which is owned by Rogers, again, not much better in terms of data. The fact that all of the plans are not all you can eat for a $20 thing like the iPhone is one of the things that's going to keep the iPhone from really catching on in Canada unless they come up with that type of plan for it. So if right now with the BlackBerry, I looked at this. This is just a phone for me. I don't have.
You don't use data.
I don't use data. I don't use the web.
Because you want to spend $900 a
Right.
month.
If I use this using one of the regular plans for this in Canada for surfing the web on this, I would be literally in for hundreds of dollars a month. And
$900 a month.
Yeah, not going to happen.
Tell them I'm upset.
And
really
since
mad.
the iPhone is very much a web-centric device, a lot of the functionality that you have on the
gonna
iPhone
be data.
is coming over the web.
Yeah.
And you don't have that web functionality, it turns into a brick. You can do iPod functionality with it. So
So fix it.
fix
it.
fix the data structure in Canada and any other jurisdictions where they
I mean,
have
at least
this
in
problem.
Europe, is supposed to be data is supposed to be fairly reasonable. I mean, they're way ahead of us in data.
Yeah,
and
I'm not
Asia,
sure.
Asia as well.
I'm not sure what it's like in Australia, whether they're going to get it. But you know,
Well, as Steve Hunter says, our friend from Australia.
oh, I'm waiting for the accent. Let's do it.
What does he say? He says something along the lines of, "Oh wow, you're going to pay 200, 300% more than you're bloody well supposed to in Australia." That's what he'll say. So
Yeah, I guess things can be expensive there too. So.
crazy. Anyway.
So yeah, you got to fix the data before it'll be a viable product in Canada and a lot of the rest of our viewing area. In the States, it's great at this point.
It's like a
You know,
$99
20%,
plan or something,
yeah.
unlimited. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Anyway,
for a business, that's a no-brainer.
sure.
Totally a no-brainer.
So iPhone, yes, we like it. Yes, we want to see it soon. I'm even interested in an Apple product called the iPhone. I'm very excited about that. But so far, data in Canada anyway sucks. In the US, obviously, it has its issues. A2DP, ADPD, R2D2 technology.
R2D2 technology.
Integrated.
Yes.
That's it.
And there's a few other things. I mean, it's still not perfect. I mean, we've already proven that you can break the screen. It's a glass screen by dropping it. I wanted to mention that multi-touch technology is really nice. I
very
really
cool.
love that.
Yeah.
It's very similar to something we saw from Jeff Hahn a while ago, who was demonstrating this technology on a big thing like I was talking about. Not Microsoft Surfaces, but very similar, where you can just grab your fingers and spin like this, and it'll spin the image. And very much like Minority Report as well. So very nice. I love seeing that in there, and people have asked about it. You know, how can you tell when you're putting it up against your face and it's touching the screen that it's not supposed to be triggering something else? Well, it's got that smart technology built in, so it knows when it sees a brick across the screen like this that it's not supposed to be doing something.
Right.
When it sees one finger or two fingers doing a gesture, then it knows. So very nice. So
All right. Got any pictures?
we have pictures.
All right. Let's have a look.
Aha! Look at this.
Hey, hey, hey.
So our viewer Thomas sent in a photograph of his sons Jesper and Emil.
Uh-huh.
They're in Sydney, Australia.
In Sydney. Fabulous.
And
Buzz Lightyear outfits with lab rats belts. Woohoo! I like that.
They're kind of like superheroes in a way.
Kind of like podcasting superheroes.
Ta-da! So thank
That's
you.
great.
Thank you,
Jesper
Jesper.
and Emil.
Yes.
Love it.
So, and we have our viewer Gary
Very
is
good.
in this photograph.
Right.
And Thomas didn't send a picture with him in it in that last one.
No.
His sons are good,
Yeah, we like that.
but here Gary sent a picture of himself. And please, more
Good
pictures
job
of yourself.
You in the pictures.
So
We like
Gary
that.
is in Edmonton, and he's here with his wife Ems and his new daughter Sierra.
We both have a really good connection with Edmonton, don't we?
Yeah, my large portion of my family is in Edmonton, and
And I lost my virginity in Edmonton. No, I did. No, I didn't.
Great.
No, I did. Actually started Canada.com out there. I did.
So you lost your .com virginity.
I did. I did.
There we
Absolutely.
go. So yes, go Edmonton!
Yay.
Yes. Edmonton
stuff.
is a big hotbed of technology too. I guess they have a Dell plant there now that's doing fulfillment for Canada.
They do some nano research at the University of Alberta. Yeah, it's a big high-tech Silicon Valley, not Valley, River Valley, Silicon River Valley.
Yeah,
It's
the
a big
North
river valley.
Saskatchewan.
North Saskatchewan River. That's right. All right.
Okay, so thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Gary. Anything else? Are we done?
That's it.
We're done. Don't forget to check out my fabulous charity called Little Geeks at littlegeeks.org. We give computers to underprivileged children in the Greater Toronto area and eventually around the world. So check that out. Yeah, around the world.
there.
That's right. And I guess that's it.
That is it.
Thank you for downloading this week. My name is Andy Walker,
I'm Sean Carruthers.
and we'll see you next time with Sean's new hair.
Are you ready? Try this at home.
Earlier in the show, we asked you what screen recording software does not swing from trees or make you slip. Is it A. Bongo the Chimp, B. A Banana Peel, or C. Camtasia Studio 4? The answer is Camtasia Studio 4. Learn more at labrats.techsmith.com.
Boo doesn't get any.
Come here, it's right here.
Biff, Biff, come here. Just get on the damn desk. Hi.